Hello. I think it's still morning. Good morning. I haven't tried doing this with my camera on this little holder here, so we'll see how it works. Anyway, I'm going to try to do a root on rock. Pick my rock. I think it might be concrete. That's okay. And before I turn on the video, I wired it down like that, and it's somewhat secure, and could be better. Probably should tighten it a little more. But anyway, this is what's going on the rock. Now, the question is, how? I kind of like that. So that's what we're going to do. Now, what I could have done is tied this down with that, but I didn't. Okay, so you're going to have to listen to me think a lot of times on these. I apologize. Anyway, one of the things I like about doing what I'm doing right now is this. Every time I get to play with this, I think of Tony, and Tony would say that this is mook. It's mook. And what it is clay from my yard. I'll tell you the story about that at some point, how it got in my yard. And it has cocoa coir in it, which is basically this from the inside of a coconut or a coconut frond. Anyway, what I do is I chop it up and add it to the clay, and the clay has to be kind of like that, so that, okay, so then what we do is we mook it up. Now, I think maybe I'm going to do it this way this time. This is an experiment. Last time I did it with the mook against the plant. And this time, I'm going to put the mook on top of the plant. Now, the first time I saw Tony do this, I said, this will never hold, never hold. And so what we do here is we mook it down, like that, and then we mook a little more up here. I want to hold it a little bit. Now, I make my mook. It's almost like a poem, isn't it? Anyway, I make this just like Tony said to make it, and that is with lots of spots for the roots. Now, at that point, after that point, then what I'm going to do is just take some dirt from a failed one up here now and put it in. Okay, so that's going to be there. Save the rocks. This is I want to say it's a strangler fig, and so that's what I will say, but I don't know for sure what it is. Okay, now, here so you can see what's happening. Okay, now, there's a few more things that you have to know to do this. Not too many. One is that we're going to have to cover that up with something. Because if we don't, when it rains, it will rinse the mook away. Now, I don't remember how Tony solved this problem. I think he wrapped it a few times, maybe. Okay, so what I really like about this is curve. So we're done with mook. There's plenty of mook left for later. One of these times we're going to make some mook, and you'll see how I do it. Oops, I forgot the coir. This goes on top. Now, you don't have to worry about buying coir or any of that because we have coconut trees. I mean, Florida is pretty well set up for bonsai. Okay, so what we do is this. I'm trying to see if you can see what I'm doing here. I am cleaning that off. I really don't want to use it. I'll use a bigger one. I go around and around about what kind of tags to use, and I'm going to call it what I think it is. Strangler. Fig. 9, 5, 2, 3 potted. Okay, so that goes in there, and it lets me talk about something else that I wanted to talk about before I forget. Actually, two things. One is that I have memory loss. I don't want to say I'm elderly, but most people would say I'm elderly. I have memory loss, and so one of the things I've learned is that with this stuff, the records are maybe not crucial, but they're helpful. So for a long time, when I started, I wasn't doing these tags. I wasn't doing them. And so as you walk around my little area back here, and as I look at the plants, I realize that I have no idea where I got them or when, from who. I can guess, but I don't really have an idea where they came from. So the point I'm making here is that when you do this, it's important. Well, I think it's important, and I'm going to always say I think, because I don't know what everyone else thinks. But by the way, you're going to see this cup a lot, because I am the hero of my own life. If anyone sees one of these for sale someplace, please let me know. It's the best cup I have. It's very, keeps the coffee warm for a while. All right, so back to this. What we do is these this is root on rock. Okay, I don't know if I said that, but it's root on rock. And what root on rock means is that we put the plant onto a rock with its roots, and there are various sizes. There's various what's the word? All sorts of sizes of these. This is a fairly small one. Now, what am I doing right now? Well, this is another. It's my Japanese fertilizer. Some of it. Let me put some down there because that's where the roots are. Okay, so now that's in. And another thing you'll have to get used to is that I lose my train of thought a lot. And that may be a deal breaker for some. But anyway, so now we have this. The next thing I need to do with this is put something over this part so that if I do put it out in the rain, it's not going to rinse all this. Basically, it's just clay. And now, as I do that, I notice that it's moving. I might want to figure out a way to not have that happen. This is how I'm going to try to do it. I do a lot with zip ties. A lot with zip ties. Too much maybe. Okay, so you go under here. And come out. Okay, sorry about the silence there. I have to concentrate sometimes. Now, then I snip these off if I can. Not dropping it on the ground. Okay, that's one. That's the other. You are not going to stay there, are you? No. So, I'm going to put you right there. I think that's where we want to put you. Okay, so I didn't really intend for today to be a root on rock day because it took me a year before I tried this. And, okay, so next thing we do is we put some water on it. This is probably my worst sprinkling bottle. It's got some holes in it. Okay, so you can see what happens when I put water on this. Sometimes it goes through, and sometimes it soaks. Okay, so that'll do. I'm going to save this piece. This piece is broken, going out. But these I tend to lose a lot. So anyway, I want to apologize for the out of focus mess here. I tried to figure out a way to put this in the middle of the frame. So this is ready to go. And that's all for right now. Bye-bye from Bonsai Anonymous.